All right, so Aisha Ram has joined me, and we're now bringing you Join. It's interactive, the whole 9 yards.
Of course, it's the most interesting, you know that, right? And it's on facebook.com/Joy News on TV, and on Twitter is on Joy News on TV. All right, so today is one of those days most passengers dislike. I'm talking about the increment in transport fares by 15%. Well, if you commute by public transport, then I guess you must have been part of or even witnessed some drama between passengers, drivers, and bus conductors on the new fares being charged. So tell me, how have you been coping with the upward adjustment in transport fares?
Very, very bad, because I know from Medina to Circle is 230. So at least if it will increase, it should be 250 or so, but it's 270, which is 40 pesos difference. It was very, very bad, because I was not prepared for 270.
But did you have any confrontation with the mate?
No, I asked him, mate, how much is Circle fare now? He is even angry to answer the question, because he knows that we all know that the fare will increase today. But I don't know up to that extent that it will be 40 pesos. Yes.
The drivers are taking different amounts. Like some of them are taking more than what they are supposed to take. Like for instance, when you take from Chiblo to Circle, I think they are supposed to take 2 CD 60 pesos, but some of them are taking 2 CD 80 pesos, and others too are taking 2 CD 60 pesos. So there is kind of cheating. Yeah.
So how are you adjusting to the increment?
We don't have an option, so we just have to cope with it.
We are just yielding to it. There's not much we could do. We just have to just make do with it, and then we just have to make do with it.
I feel it's okay, it's normal, because when I was going this morning, I went to Laboni and they charged 1 CD 80 pesos. When I was coming, I alighted at this place, Nima Junction, and it took 1 CD. That's a normal fare. So it's okay.
Whether you like it or not, you just have to cope with it. But I think this is just for a while. Yeah, in my opinion, I think it's just for a while. And as the new government in power now, it seems their budget is yet to start. So whatever being the case, there will be, I think we will experience better life.
Indeed, this is one of the moments I like to witness, because you hear all kind of things. You hear interesting things.
It's a time you want to, put a microphone or a video camera in the trotro and see what goes on.
I'm telling you. Let's check what you've been saying on Facebook.
Robert Doe said, hey, it's not good at all. Salary too has to be increased by a considerable amount, because this change is really challenging. It's only Ghana that decrease in petroleum prices causes rise in lorry fares. Gbedu says the transport minister and the Delta forces are impacting negatively on the great, promising and successful move of the president and the Akufo-Addo. Transport minister, not well. Majority of Ghanaians, Gbedu, I mean, this is your post.
Maybe you want to repost.
Kwesi Ajimang Boateng says, I think the transport minister must be called to answer some questions in Parliament. I think he is in bed with a GPRT. Oh, I'm a Cadbury member of the NPP, but this government is simply, okay, I missed that bit. They're simply weak. Oh, really? Okay.
And Mystical Brima says fuel prices were increased accumulated by 18% last year under the then NDC government, and there were no increments. What's he trying to say? It's now reduced by 5% by the current government, and GPRT increases transport fares by 15%. This is ridiculous and incongruous. And Mami says the increment is as big as President Akufo-Addo's government. It is not easy, especially when you take a car in and out of work almost every day. Judicious Odro Eric says, I nearly fought in a car this morning from Kumasi Obuakwa to town when the mate overcharged me with 2 Ghana cedis instead of 1 CD 80 pesos. Ghana. And Nanaba says, We can debate about this, but will not bring any change. Once there is increment, let us adjust to it, and we will soon forget about it. Samuel Mensah says airfares for the rich and the middle class are reduced because taxes have been reduced, but trotro fare for the common Ghana man has been increased. Change, welcome.
Change, well, the way he puts it, it's like a change, then.
Yeah, something like that. And then there's Asari says, Mahama will be laughing at those who shouted for change. Onapo. But I think the MPP can perform better than Yanom. Bam. And Basham says, hypocrites, why don't you report about the invisible forces who are trying to spark violence in this country? Some of us are just watching you and your likes. Why can't you call a spade a spade? If it were to be, okay, I don't know who Basham is referring to.
They're actually directing it at us, but Basham, if you care to know, we've been talking about it.
All right, and Makante says this is insensitive because how can the price of petrol go down and this is happening? We're waiting to see the competent government Ghanaians were expecting. And those are some of the comments from the on Facebook. Also, you remember the story of the female worker at Marwako restaurant whose supervisor dipped her face in hot pepper? Well, I'm sure you're also aware the case is in court, right? Well, lawyers of her Lebanese supervisor who is accused are asking for an out-of-court settlement, but there hasn't been any compromise yet on this. But I need you to put yourself in the shoes of someone close to her. And I ask, if she was your sister, friend, or any close relative, would you advise her to agree to this request? I mean, an out-of-court settlement?
Not sure I'll do that because, you know, this thing has been happening for a while, for a long time. So I think if she's my sister, I'm going to advise her to go on with the case in court so that, you know, it will get to where it will get. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so you think that what if they are offering you something?
I won't take it. I won't take it. That thing can't. As my sister said, my health, what will happen to me in future, I'm not sure I'll take that money. I'm going to pursue the case, so that's what it is.
I wouldn't want them to take it out of court. I think the man is Lebanese, right? The man is Lebanese. If this happened in Lebanon and I did that to a Lebanese citizen, I'd be lucky to come back to my country or be deported. I'll probably be stoned to death. So they either deport the guy or find something else to do. But settlements, that makes us cheap. We're way too precious for stuff like that. They should pursue it. If he's jailed, it's great.
I wouldn't, because I'm also important as the company is also important. The way the company wants to protect its image. I belong to someone, a family, who also wants to protect me, so I wouldn't.
Would that be the end of the case? Just out of court settlement, what would be the compensation? Well, the lady may accept it now, but when it gets out of court, what is the assurance that she's going to get a good compensation? If the lady were to be my sister, I don't think I'll just allow the law to run.
All right, interesting. But Israel, if you were in this shoe, she was your sister, wife, relative.
Well, so I'd want to assess the circumstances, and it's for the lawyer to decide. If the lawyer believes that he has a really strong case, then you want to go all the way.
Right.
Because in addition to the prosecution, they're also considering bringing a civil case against the guy.
Of course. So if it's compensation she wants, she can always get that with the civil case. So I don't see why she should go for out-of-court settlement. All right, let's check what's on Facebook.
Nana Ba Alo says, how on earth can the lawyers of the accused even talk about out-of-court settlements, such as needs to be tolerated, such as needs not to be tolerated in this country? The case must proceed and necessary punishment invoked on him. Ernest says, no. They should pursue the case in court so that they can find the man to compensate the woman. That Obroni should be dealt with. Well, he says he's not Obroni. He says he's a Ghanaian. Mena Stengen says fuel prices were increased accumulated by, okay, this one you brought it elsewhere. Hadora Miskal says, why not let bygones be bygones? The harm has already been done and we can't reverse it. Once they have agreed or admitted to the crime, so be it. Well, they are not admitting to the crime. Dasmani says, nowadays you are damaging your brand. What are editors doing? Are they sleeping? Not sure what exactly you mean.
Okay, Senior Kwejo Sapon says, and out of court, really? I was surprised when I read about that move. I thought he said he had a case. Now he wants an out of court settlement. The impudence of a dying cockroach. If it did be my sister, I'll go full stretch to see to it that. All right, so there's
David, if
there.
you can just expand it so we can see
what's there. Okay, so that the laws deal ruthlessly with him, were guided by law. He should have known that his actions definitely will come with reactions. I wouldn't have taken that if it did be my sister. Bayer Jeremiah says, I'll never agree and never advise her to accept out-of-court settlement. My reason is simple. When the court makes a ruling, that ruling in a way becomes a law, which must be obeyed by others. They should allow justice to take over the matter. We can't continue to allow these lawless practices to continue in this country. More fire, the victim's lawyer. Makante Matthew says, never, because these whites are taking we the blacks for granted. I beg your pardon, they're not white, and justice must be made to prevail in this case. In fact, the supervisor's face should have also been dipped into the pepper so that he will also feel the pain.
Well, it doesn't work like that. This is not Sharia.
And Kwabena Mensah says, no, I want the court process should continue smoothly and rapidly as possible, but forgive me for contempt. His punishment, if found guilty, should be a fund rather than prison terms. Okay, your opinion, not the judges. Those are some comments on Facebook. But finally, let me take you back to those days when you used to groove to some good Ghanaian music. Remember that the Lumbers Abenwaha and Okonfokwa days, Ajoaya Meyere, Yaya Mimfana, and all those other songs which got you up on your feet and dancing anytime they were played. Yes, so it's Throwback Thursday, and I'm taking you right to that very juicy part of your memory. So relax and share with me your favorite song from the 90s or early 2000s.
With Stella Abaso, we have Jimmy Tata. Misha Meni, Misha Benku, Misha Nifa, Obuafo, Biare Niho, Misha Mechiswa, Mini Obuafo, Bia, Ehunkwa na Shemi Breyimu, Ehinkra na Mimu Afiri Beba. Wasam no chiramise wuyo nyame.
The Chinese songs were also very good around that time. Yeah, the Makola Kwakwe, you know. I can't.
Oh, just 2 lines.
I really wish I could. I'm a Gan, but I'm very bad at singing Gan songs.
I remember that the Lumbas Abinwaha and Ochamis. One lemma and you know, yes, something, Achami those days, and they will be, yeah.
So give me so which one of them would you give me just a few lines of? Daddy Lumba or Chame?
Ochami rather.
So give me a few lines.
One lemma and you know, one lemma.
Speaking, please sing.
No, I don't remember the lyrics. Thank you. Achame, something like that. One lemon, you know, so Achame, you know, those days, and then we'll be doing our hands like this.
I think I'm a Lumba fan. I appreciate Lumba a lot. So I like Lumba songs.
Okay, so give us a few lines from your favorite Lumba song.
What I remember is, I think, this song. Ode, mi bro ni amantem. Odo mi ni sie, odo mi encantam. Odo mi ni sie, se odi e wonye ma. Ode, mi bro ni amantem.
Aisha, what's yours?
Angelina Comito.
Well, that's recent.
That's recent.
That didn't qualify.
Okay, I'll think about one and sing for you. Let's check what you've been saying on Facebook.
Okay, so Black says Antiama, Antiame mewaru babano nuhimfo. Okay, that's not bad. That qualifies. Al Hassan Yakub says that was the older days music. Now we are in the regime of Sarkodie, Stoneboy, Shatawale, Fancy Gadam, Makasio, and other new people in the industry. Okay, so going back to Black's comment, he says, but this track by Lumba, I was surprised when I heard it played in my village, because I heard a track in Accra on my way to my village, because those days, songs that will get massive airplay in urban areas takes a longer time before it gets to the villages. But this particular one was an instant hit in my village. Surprisingly, they don't understand Chi, but played the track 24/7. Lumba is a legend. Well, yeah, you can say that about him. And then Kwabna Minta says, my all-time favorite is Ghana Ma by Aketechi. I'm down to it whenever and wherever it is played. Doris Chairman says, Masana by Achiame was my favorite. I could sing from beginning to the end.
And Mohammed says, we're even lucky that, okay, he's still talking about full prices. Nana Kwame Askia says, these musicians are super talented, legends of all time. And Michael Asari says, Ankwa Noma by Daddy Lumba. And Makante Matthew says, Akwada Wiswa by Amachi Dede. And Ebi say you drew. Okay.
My Daddy Lumba.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. And Williams Campbell. Okay, Anani says bandana from Ghana, Moko. Moko. And Larry's Asari says my favorite was Theresa from Daddy
Theresa.
Yeah, Theresa Berbese. Okay, and Leonard Grant says lost heritage. Now they all sound like Jamaicans and the movie people sound like Americans. What's a shame. And Joyce Frimpoma says Theresa. Okay, she's also talking about Theresa. And Conte AC is a truck I always used to reminisce. You know which one he's talking about?
I don't remember that one.
Okay, Brad Kwabna Dugan says Akosobo Kania by Obini Techi.
Alright.
And Khalil says ha 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 yanom so Rav got a Rav so far.
But I'm surprised nobody talked about Philomena Kutinga.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, some track, man.
You want to give them a line?
Oh no, I'll leave it like that. You haven't told us about yours.
Oh, it's true. Let's Sleeping Dogs like. Okay, on that note, Ajuwaya Mary, Yaya Mimpana, Ovia, Nikwaya Vidu, Wanamiwadu. All right, that's how we end the interactive segments. My name is Aisha, right? Have a